Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Catherine and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my first of what I'm sure will be many fall themed eyeshadow tutorials this year. This one is a very fun sort of monochromatic burnt orange look that I like to call fresh out the pumpkin patch. I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette in today's video. I mentioned this in Sunday's video as being one of my favorite fall eyeshadow palettes. I love doing tutorials with this palette. Not only is it an absolutely amazing palette, but I feel like almost everyone has either this exact palette or one of the many dupes for it. I know off the top of my head that the Bad Habit Beauty Royals palette, the Makeup Revolution Vitality palette, and the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette are all awesome dupes of this palette, and I know that there are many more out there. So chances are you have these colors in your collection and you're going to be able to follow along with this tutorial very easily. I try to keep it as beginner friendly as possible. It is a rather simple eye look. So we are all nice and cozy in here. I have some candles burning. Sit back. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I post new videos every Wednesday and Sunday. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you just love fall and fall makeup, because I know I do. And let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. Alright, so I have done my eyebrows. I have primed and set my eyelids with just a little bit of setting powder. So to start out, I'm going into my Modern Renaissance palette, the shades Golden Ochre and Burnt Orange. And if you're using a dupe, that is the more light orange color and the pale yellowish tan color. I'm going to be going in on a ABH Cosmetics number 11 brush. This is a very fluffy brush. It's actually intended to be a highlighting brush, but I find it's awesome for transition shades. I literally just lightly dipped into each one and I'm tapping off the excess powder. So I'm starting in the outer corner of my eye and I'm just swirling that out. Basically, you want the shadow to sort of start here and just go out towards your eyebrow. You don't really want to be bringing this transition shade over. That is set down very lightly on both of the eyes. Next, I'm going to be going into the shade Realgar. So if you're using a dupe, that is the darkest, almost reddish orange shade. It's a very deep orange. And I'm going in on a ABH Cosmetics Studio Pro 16. It's super fluffy, but not as big as the number 11 brush. And again, you want to make sure you're tapping off the excess. These shades can be very powdery and pigmented. So I'm just doing the same motions. I'm doing a little tap on my outer corner, and then I just start with small swirls, bringing that shade further on out. And it's totally fine to just get a little bit on your brush and keep building that shade up. It's so much easier to build shades up than it is to try to take them away if you've added too much. And the farther from your actual eye you're getting, the bigger you're gonna want the strokes to be and the lighter you're gonna want your hand to be. That's gonna help the shadow just be very nicely diffused. I think one of the key things about this placement is that even though the shadow is going out towards the tail of the eyebrow, there's not a super harsh winged sort of line going on there. It's all super blown out, diffused, all of that. Once you have the basic shape of that shadow placed down, you can go in a little less gently and you can more tap that on instead of using light swirling motions. I want this color to be very prominent on the eye. This is the main color. I just don't want those edges to be harsh. And now I'm going to be going into the shade Cypress Umber. That's the darkest matte brown in your palette. And I'm going in on ABH Cosmetic Studio Pro 17. It's very small, round, pretty dense, and has just a little bit of taper to it. And I'm literally just giving one tap, and I'm tapping that into the farthest part of my outer corner. I want this shade to be very concentrated in one place. I don't want this darkness to be very diffused. I just want that little bit of definition right there in the outer corner. And once that's in place, you can take the brush that you used for the shade Realgar and just very gently swirl over that, again, right in place. You want that to pretty much stay where it is. So you see we have just a nice little bit of definition on the outer eye, but all of those orange colors that we put down first are still the main event happening on the eyelids. Next you're gonna want to go into a matte shade that's maybe just a shade or two lighter than your natural skin tone. For me, Tempera from this palette works super great. You probably have a shade that you know works well for this purpose for you. So whatever that is, just go on and dip into it. I'm using an e.l.f. C crease brush, and you're just gonna tap that onto your inner lid and lightly brush all the way up to the eyebrow. So you can see that this has added a very nice, subtle, eye-opening little highlight to the inner part of your eyes without detracting from the orange shadow that we placed down. And if you need to, you can always take the littlest dab of Realgar and just swirl it right on the center there, so that the line between Realgar and your matte shade on the inner corner is again just very diffused, blown out. And I'm just dipping back into Tempera, and I'm putting that right underneath my eyebrow to also add just a little bit of brow bone highlight. I don't like a shimmery brow bone highlight on myself. If you do, go ahead and do that instead or in addition to this. So I'm just gonna go put on some base makeup, some foundation, some concealer, some powder, and then I'll be right back to finish up the under eye and the rest of this makeup look. All right, so if you watch a lot of my videos, you can probably guess how simple this under eye is gonna be. I'm taking a ABH Cosmetics Studio Pro 11. It's this very, very thin, flat, I think it's meant to be a liner brush, I don't really know. And I'm going into Cypress Umber. So to start out, we are lining the under eye. I'm taking this labelless e.l.f. brush. It's like a little bit oblong. And I'm going into Realgar and a little bit of burnt orange. And I'm just using that to smoke out that dark brown shade. And then if you feel so inclined, you can even take that original brush that you put Realgar on and just swirl around the bottom of your under eye and up around the edges to just really bring everything together. For the rest of my face, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to use ColourPop Flexitarian. I normally just apply this with my ring finger to the high points of my cheekbones. Teensy bit on my nose, and to my cupid's bow and chin. For blush, I'm going to be going into my e.l.f. blush palette. This is the light version. I'm just going to be going into this shade right here. So I have this like big fluffy Morphe brush. And I'm just lightly swirling this shade onto my cheeks. And then I am gonna do liner and lashes. For once, I don't like doing those on camera, so I'm gonna go do them off camera and I'll let you know what lashes I decide to use after I decide, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I ended up using these lashes that I got off Amazon. I honestly wouldn't recommend them, but I'll link them down below in case you're just dying to fully recreate this look. So now it's time for the last step, and that is lipstick. So today I'm going to be using the Ofra liquid lipstick in the shade Miami Fever. This shade, I kid you not, is the exact same shade as Real Gar from the Modern Renaissance palette. Look, so this is Miami Fever and this is Real Gar. So like this is perfect for a monochromatic fall look. Side note, Ofra recently did like a rebranding or whatever, so all of their old liquid lipsticks are actually for sale on Nordstrom right now. I paid $10 for this. Woo! So yeah, I'm gonna, I think, use a lip brush to apply this because I'm really not the best at applying liquid lipsticks. I just realized that my other hoop earring fell out and wasn't in for who knows how long, so yeah. Anyways, I am obsessed with this lip color. I have been dying for a lip color like this for forever. I know Smashbox Out Loud, Fenty Beauty Freckle Fiesta, and I believe Lime Crime Pumpkin are all very similar colors to this, so if you have any of those colors as well, those would go really great with this look. I tried and tried and tried and I could not find an actual drugstore dupe for this. I think the closest one is ColourPop Mama, but that still has a lot more red in it. But this is the final look. I'm actually super obsessed with how this turned out. I don't care if that's narcissistic to say. I just absolutely love fall colors. I love the pairing of the all matte eyes, and I just love how the lipstick ties in with the eyeshadow. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to leave this a thumbs up. If you're as excited about fall as I am, tell me what your favorite fall beverage is down below. Mine is
a sweet potato.
Pumpkin spice swirl from Dunkin' Donuts in iced coffee. I really like it and I wish that they had it year round. And I will see you lovely people next Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.